Pence. We love Mike Pence, and he loves Iowa, too. He loves Iowa. He just left. The Biden-Harris platform will demolish Iowa ethanol. You know that, wiping out the entire industry. And we fought hard for it. You know, we went through the whole thing where we had no demand because of the pandemic. And we all fought hard to keep it going and keep the ethanol going. And we did the 12 months. You know, I did 12 months. Remember, it was 8 months. I said, why not 12? And they couldn't give me a very good answer. But I made it year-round and 15%, right? Up from the 10, 15%. And it's great stuff. And when the market comes back, which is coming back, but in the meantime, you have inexpensive gasoline. That's not so bad, right? That's not so bad. Because nobody ever thought they'd see gasoline with a 2 in the front of it and less. And we've saved all of our energy jobs. And whether we like it or not, when we are having problem with energy, I called Russia and I called Saudi Arabia, and they reduced production by more than 10 million barrels a day. And our entire energy was saved all over the world, frankly. They're not doing it for us, but they're doing it for, let's say, everybody. And we have an incredible country, and we saved our energy industry, our energy jobs, and we are energy independent, and it's a beautiful thing. And by the way, I also made a little promise most of you won't understand. For those people in the ethanol world, you can use the pumps. Okay, do you understand that? You can use the pumps. In other words, you don't have to go out and spend hundreds of millions of dollars on new pumps. Because, you know, with the additional ethanol, the additional power, some people say, oh, make them buy new pumps. No, I don't want you to buy new pumps. You don't have to. So for those people that understood what I just said, you know what I'm talking about, right? Using the pumps, that'll be okay. To defend our rights and our Constitution, I nominated Judge Amy Coney Barrett to the United States Supreme Court. Right? And I'll tell you, you know, I don't mind running against Sleepy Joe, but I wouldn't want to run against her right now. She has to promise. Please promise me, Amy, you'll never run. No, she's been great. She's so outsmarting these people with bad intention. You look at some of the questions that are being asked, and it's so obvious. These are not great chess players, let's face it. Let's face it, they're not great, but they're horrible, just horrible, nasty, and she handles it like nothing. She's a great intellect. And one of the reasons she has a highly respected professor who's been teaching for many years, said she was the single greatest student that he's ever had. And that sold me. You know, I believe in that kind of thing. It's called intelligence. I believe in intelligence. But I just want to, having spoken to her in a few days, I want to just say that we made the right choice, right, with Amy. And speaking about making the right choice, you made the right choice a long time ago with a man named Senator Chuck Grassley. And you made the right choice, and you're going to do it again, I hope, because she's great, Joni Ernst. And they're right now in Washington fighting to confirm our great new justice, our future justice of the United States Supreme Court. Joni has been fantastic, and she's been fighting for Iowa values for a long time. She'll call me, sir, can we do this? Nobody called me more on ethanol than Joni and Chuck. In fact, I used to duck their calls. Tell them I'm not in. Just tell them I'm not here. I can't take it anymore, Joni. But that's what a good senator is. They want to keep your state going. They want to keep our country going. They love our country. They love our state that they represent. So Joni Ernst, you got to get her in. And Chuck Grassley, we don't have to worry about him. He'll be around forever. He's great. You know what I love about Chuck Grassley? He's got that voice, that great voice. Even when he's being nice, he sounds like the toughest guy, right? And he's being nice. And he looked at Comey, remember, you know, the corrupt FBI director. And he looks at Comey. He looks at Comey, corrupt guy. And he just said, did you leak? And Comey choked. Yes, I did. He said in the House. Now let's see what happens to him. But I'll never forget Chuck Grassley, and he didn't mean it to be mean. He's just sort of like got that rough voice. Did you leak? What? Yes, I gave it to my college professor friend from Columbia, yes. Remember that? We love Chuck. What a piece of work he is. If Democrats win, they will pack the Supreme Court with radical left judges who will shred our Second Amendment. And believe me, if they win, your Second Amendment is gone, okay? January 1st. Can you imagine if I lose and I've done all these things, they kick in on January 1st? You're going to say, boy, that Biden's done a great job on price transparency. And they'll say, what do you think? And he has no idea what the hell it is. And further reduce the cost of prescription drugs, we went to a favored nations clause so that we will pay the lowest drug prices in the world, okay? We will strongly protect Medicare and Social Security, and we will always protect patients with pre-existing conditions. America will land the first woman on the moon, and the United States will be the first nation to land an astronaut on Mars. And you know, when I took over, NASA was basically closed. It was shredded. It was nothing. And now it's the #1 preeminent space center anywhere in the world by far. We will stop the radical indoctrination of our students and restore patriotic education to our schools. We will teach our children to love our country, honor our history, and always respect our great American flag. And we will live by the timeless words of our national motto, in God we trust, and it won't change. For years you had a president who apologized for America. Now you have a president who is standing up for America and standing up for the great people of Iowa. So get your friends, get your family, get your neighbors, get your workers and co-workers, and get the hell out to vote, because if I don't get Iowa, I won't believe that one. I may never have to come back here again if I don't get Iowa. I'll never be back. You understand that, Kim? I will say this, there has never been a president has done more for farmers and ranchers, for the Farm Belt, for Iowa. There's never been a president that's even come close to what I've done. And I will say that, and I'll say it loud and clear. I'll say that loud and clear. From Cambridge to Council Bluffs, from Cedar Rapids to Rock Rapids, from Davenport to right here in Des Moines, we stand on the shoulders of Iowa patriots who gave their blood, sweat, and tears for this beloved nation.